How are you all doing? I'll be entirely honest, this video wasn't meant to be recorded like this. The initial plan, I took 2 days off in Buxton, just outside of the Peak District. Now the plan was to do this video in the hotel room there. I was going to go out, shoot some videos to sort of show what I was talking about. Plans change, I wasn't feeling very well, so we are in the office and I thought I would discuss what I wanted to talk about with you guys today. So I've noticed a lot when I'm watching other content creators, YouTube photography creators, that they will spend hours trawling on the internet for spots to shoot. They'll go on Google Street View to look at where they can shoot, and once they get to a certain location, which they'll have mapped out many to shoot at, they will spend 40 minutes, an hour and a half maybe at that location waiting to shoot. And it's always struck me as very strange that they do this. And it's not that it's strange, but it's always struck me as, I don't do that. Is my style of photography a bit weird? For me, my style is always extremely spontaneous. I think it's down to the fact that I mainly take out my camera when I'm with other people, and by that I don't mean I'm taking it out with other photographers, I mean I'm taking it out with other people that aren't photographers or into photography. So that'd be family and friends, going for a dog walk, going for a hike, maybe going for a bike ride, etc., something like that. So of course when I'm doing all these things, I'm extremely interested in looking around, seeing what I can take photos of, but I realise that other people in my life aren't as interested. So I guess that means I'm not scouting out the locations. I'm not saying let's go here so I can take a photo of this. Let's wait 40 minutes in one location. I'm very much, we're going for a walk in a certain location. I'll take my camera with me and I'll see something, I'll take a photo of it and I'll move on to the next thing. I may wait 1 or 2 minutes if I think the scene really deserves it and something cool is just about to happen. But I'll never wait more than that for a scene to reveal itself to me. So in this video, I want to discuss a couple of things. I guess I want to discuss my spontaneous style, how I am different from the norm. I also want to discuss how I feel like my style and styles in general, if you guys have got a style, should change depending on environments and weather, etc. And you should not always just stick to doing one thing. As photography and as photographers, you should always be evolving and changing. Don't just do things for the social media trends, as they will typically go out of fashion and then maybe that following that you've built up won't be there anymore and they'll have moved on to the next thing. So whilst you should always stay true to your style, try and see if you can mix it up and do things fresh. For me, I know depending heavily on the weather, my style will change from one to the next. It never quite stays the same. And also I want to discuss always carrying your camera. It seems like a simple concept, always carrying your camera, but I feel like it's something that a lot of people end up missing out on and don't always do. So let's first talk about, I feel like, my unique photography style. Now I realise my style probably isn't unique whatsoever, but everyone I've ever come across shoots completely different to me. So what do I mean by that? Well, for me, I shoot in the moment. I do not wait for things to happen. I shoot them as I see them in the moment. So everything you've ever seen me shoot, whether that be on YouTube or if I've posted them on my Instagram channel, it's what I've shot in the moment. I've maybe chased after a subject a few times, maybe trams or buses, but it's always in the moment. I haven't waited for that to happen. It's come to me, it's happened there and then. Next up is no pre-planning. Bar the odd occasional time where my partner's family will ask them to take a picture of their dog, so maybe we'll go somewhere to take some flattering photos of the furball. I never pre-plan any of my shoots that I do. I just don't believe in it. Whether we're going to a town, a city, we're going to a different location, on holiday for instance, I love to rock up, explore the city as a tourist, and just take the photos as I see them. I don't think, let me go on Instagram, let me go onto Google Street View, see where I can shoot this. I think it takes the fun out of photography for me and makes me feel that, if I find a photo that everyone's taken on Instagram and I take that same photo, yes, it might be in my style, but it's already been taken. Now I realise if I take a photo of a bird, everyone's taking a photo of a bird, but it's unique, it's in the moment, I've taken it just then, no one might ever photograph that animal ever again. So for me, that style works far better in my day-to-day life and makes me shoot a lot more than if I didn't. And I guess that might be my style. I mean, I don't do any pre-scouting, and I think that gives me that fresh perspective when it comes to shooting at a location. Like I said, there are notorious spots around the world where you'll get that Instagrammable photo. I've always hated that. It's a bit like social media itself. While I realise it's relevant and I'm talking to you guys now, I would far rather if I could print out my photos and you see them like that. I believe you get to a location, you see what's around. Yes, you take your time. I'm not saying that you need to be running around taking loads of photos of everything you see, getting home, downloading them. I think that's a waste of time. But I think you want to be just going through, looking at your surroundings, look up, look down, see what's around the corner, and if you think there's something cool, take a photo of it. But don't map out where you're going. No one wants to follow you and do that either. I've got a partner and I know she wouldn't want to be following me around. Oh, we're going here, we're going there, we're doing this. I'm normally following her around while she's doing what she's doing and I'm taking photos. Works far better if you guys have got a partner, by the way, of getting in your photography whilst also going out with your partner. Moving on, I guess I'd like to talk about my ever-developing style. Since moving to a Fujifilm system, it's never been easier to develop my style, especially with their custom film recipes and the Fujifilm colour science, which they're so well known for. Tally that with the fact that I don't believe in following trends. Now I realise that Fujifilm have become extremely popular, especially the series of camera that I've got, and they were sold out. I never actually bought the camera for that reason. I saw a YouTube video of it, of someone discussing it. I thought it looked like a really cool camera. I never realised that it had all this hype and this trend behind it. Anyway, I put a pre-order down and I later realised that it was a very sought after camera. But I'm really glad I did buy it because, like I said, the photos I'm now getting out of it, now I've tuned my style, are phenomenal, and I'm extremely happy with them, and I'm glad I made the jump from Sony to Fujifilm. And by developing my style, I also mean that you should be adapting your style. I've spoken about it a bit earlier before, but I do feel like you should always be adapting your style based on the scenario and the weather conditions. Here in the UK at the moment, it's the winter. If you're watching this in the summer, I'm happy for you, but at the moment it's the winter time, and I'm using my Fujifilm, as you guys know. I'm using a custom film recipe, the Kodak Max 800, working perfectly in this gloomy grey British weather. However, I think I know when we get to the summertime it might not work so well, so again, that's why I need to switch things up and change my style to something else that better fits the weather conditions. And again, the environment. I don't think I would take portraits with that custom film recipe. I like more true to life, true tone. So again, find a film recipe that maybe complements that. Again, you need to be ever evolving. Don't just have your Instagram page covered with the same type of photos, because again, it's not that it's boring, but I don't think as a photographer you should just be held down to one particular style your entire life. Being a photographer, you are being a creative, and to be creative you need to be ever evolving and ever changing. So tallying on to these other topics, I thought I wanted to add on an additional point, which was always carrying your camera with you. Like I said, it sounds like a simple thing, always carry your camera with you. But I realise for a lot of us, it's not always so easy. Whether we've got kids, pets, maybe our camera equipment is quite big and bulky. Again, one of the reasons why I went for the Fujifilm that I did, and I went for a fixed lens. Even though for my professional work, I do use prime lenses, obviously interchangeables, APC cameras, full frame cameras, etc. For my personal work, I use the Fujifilm because I can literally take it wherever I go. So I went into my local city twice last week, and I decided to take my camera with me. One occasion was going to the Everyman to watch a movie in the evening, and I've always wanted to really explore night photography more, and I thought, brilliant, let's take the camera along with me. I'm so glad I did. I'll pop some examples up on the screen so you guys can have a look. But I think, again, if I had never have taken my camera with me, I'd have never taken those photos. And again, I had to adapt my style because I was shooting at night and I was shooting in a city location, so it made me adapt as a photographer. One, I feel more confident now shooting at night, choosing different ISOs, not being so afraid of using big ISOs, and also what film recipes to use and things like that. So my next example was actually the next day when I needed to go back to the city. I needed to drop off some parcels and do some Christmas shopping. Again, I thought, take my camera with me. After the great success from last night, there were some few spots that I'd seen and I thought I want to go back to them, shoot them in the day and see what they're like. So again, I took my camera with me, I was with my partner, we were doing Christmas shopping, in and out of shops, busy high streets. But again, I managed to shoot some amazing photos, which again, I'll pop up on screen, you guys can have a look and tell me what you think. Now, I guess I'm quite fortunate that I do live in an historic city. It is Lincoln, it's very old, very well known, and it does have character and charm, which does make it quite easy to shoot. But I don't think it matters where you go, maybe not your local Tesco's, but anywhere you do go, take your camera with you, even if it's your phone, and take photos. Don't be afraid to never take a photo. So I guess what I'm trying to scream through to the camera at you is you need to embrace photography. You need to be spontaneous. Don't wait for things to happen. They won't come to you. I would not wait somewhere for 40 minutes personally, and I know a lot of people will, but I am definitely not one of them. You need to be flexible in your style. You need to try and capture the unexpected, see what is around the corner. And lastly, I want you to share your stories. What is your style? How do you shoot? When do you shoot? Do you take your camera with you? I want to know everything, so maybe I can learn from you guys and my style can develop and change more and more.